Hi guys, welcome back to the van life project here. We just put in windows and the vent up there. The next step of today will be studs and floors. Why am I doing the floors now? Because I want to get rid of the floors and then I'm just going to put some protective layer on top of that. Normally you do walls first in a house. In this case, I decided to go floors first and do all the rest later. It's going to be LVP anyway, so it's pretty, it has a good protective layer, so we got to go with that. So guys, I started out with the midsection. I'm going here with thicker panels so I have more to grab on when I'm putting in the screws for all the internals and the beautification of the whole van. And yes, I did not use the whole space. I went a little bit more on the inside. Yes, I will sacrifice space when doing this. However, it enables me to have a much more straighter wall, which is easier to make as the whole wood that I'm putting on top of this does not have to bend as much. I want the wall to be as flat as possible, so I ended up going in the holes rather than on the floor. And here's another thing, I cut a slightly, like millimetrically bigger so that I can wedge these in. I will also screw them in, but if you wedge stuff, and I learned this from construction, the structure will be much stronger. This one here needs to be, this is the only one that I might have to recut, but just like this, they are already very sturdy and you can see the difference. So guys, for these pieces here, instead of going here and losing a lot of space, I'm just using some leverage. I'm gonna probably throw a hole here, or just use the leverage that this gives. There's not too much movement. I could literally just put a something here in the middle just to lock it. And although it kind of bows, it still gives enough space, a lot of space for cables and insulation. So I'm pretty happy about it. I'm just gonna have this little curvature here, which is still fine. I can work with it. It won't be perfect, but it will do the job. At least I think so, we'll see. And it gives me a little bit more space here, which is also good. Here you just see me adding an extra screw on all these wooden panels. On some of them I added a screw. Wherever I could, I simply wedged in the top side just to lock it in because it was already pretty wedged in nice and tightly. So we're done with most of the wall framing, except for that wall, which will come last. I also gotta do this. For doing this, we're gonna use a special tool that I'm gonna show you later on, but I cannot do it today because I do not have enough of these screws here that fit. Basically, this thing here gets put into these and then expanded so I can let a thread just be included in the metal, and threaded bolts have much more strength, so I'd rather use some proper threads instead of the normal screws that we use here, and make the ceiling a little bit stronger. So I'm gonna go tomorrow back to one of the main building stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, get some of these screws here, and then we gotta do the job tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm probably gonna clean up here and start out with the flooring. So guys, let's talk about floors. Floors, I went for LVP. Why is that? LVP is thick, has already sound-deadening properties. As a mat, it looks like wood, and it is, most of all, waterproof. Guys, this is a moving thing. There could be water coming anywhere. There could be humidity, there could be stuff. I want durable stuff, and the LVP is what does it for me. I got this floor here. I paid it $250 for 80 square foot. Hopefully it's enough. Actually, $200 for 80 square foot. And we're gonna install it now. I'm gonna put some paper on top of this just to protect it, but this stuff is pretty scratch proof, and I'm gonna put it throughout the whole entire van. So here we're starting out with the floors. Of course, it has one direction, so you have to start from one side, and it's a click and slip in kind of floor, typical that you used in the houses. This literally took me an hour. It's easy and quick to do, and the effect is amazing. It looks like wood. It has the benefit of it being made in plastic, so it's waterproof, it's nice and easy,
quick to do, anybody can do it. Just follow instructions, maybe buy a little mallet so you don't ruin it, and little by little you're gonna have the whole van done.
Now here, guys, is the important part. Now we went with normal screws here and here because we have some of the pressure, but because gravity is working against us, I'd rather use these rivets with threads inside and use threaded bolts to give it a little bit more strength and say grip for everything to be held on. So I'm using this tool here, which literally rivets these pieces in.
Here you just see me going on with this, putting in these rivets in, then cutting in the wood, and then just using the rivets as screw points for all the actual screws.
Wait, I'm gonna do a little count here.
With that said, we have most of the framing done. As you can see on that side, we have more framing because that's where it's gonna be the shower. With the framing, I did not talk about the framing of bed and stuff. That will come later as we start figuring out where to put stuff. And we're also done with most of the insulation now, and of course the flooring. I decided to put it everywhere. It's nice to have a good coverage everywhere. So I gotta do the details here, cut a little bit, put some transitioning and stuff. But everything is mostly insulated and I'm very happy about it. So this is gonna close the video and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Thanks again to MT Store that has been providing all the tools which we have been using, even as a hammer. Look at that. And it's been doing a great job.